All right, we're back for Beyond Good and Evil HD. Slightly less close-up. Oh, there we go. There's the close-up face.
Get the Dreamcast logo in there.
Yeah. Got a lot of them. The Dreamcast logo.
It's covered. These guys were Sega fanboys.
Oh, sure. Wasn't everybody. So the one thing I wanted to talk about was something that, Chris, you mentioned at the beginning of the day where you said that you'd played it on GameCube. And I thought it was interesting because I feel like a lot of these games that were on all three systems, PS2, Xbox, and GameCube, the GameCube just didn't really get a lot of playtime, and obviously that was probably because it didn't sell as many as the PS2 or whatever. But I think the controller was better, and I think the game graphically looked better as well. But it was one of those weird things where it's like, what system do I get it on? They're all really different and weird.
Right. I had a PS2 as well, but the reason why I chose GameCube is because the way the buttons are aligned, the buttons are such differently shaped. With games like this, especially with item management, I really liked having like the B down the bottom left and the other one on the top right. Like I knew where they were and I liked where they were. Not saying I can't use X, square, circle, triangle, but you know, there are people who love that controller, absolutely, or people who hate it. There's no middle ground, and for me, the controller is like an extension of my hand. It like wraps around it and becomes part of my skin.
The traitors are among us. Join the Alpha Sector, and together we will exterminate the Iris Network. Loyal Helium.
Anything that I remember, like tank controls were always common in those games. I mean, Wind Waker had movement with left stick, camera with right stick. But as far as
Join the Alpha Sector.
I'm sorry, what was your question again? Exactly.
I can only think of WarioWare or games like that use the weird buttons. That's all I can think of.
Just strange control schemes, because the GameCube controller was suited to it. They had the funky Z button, they had the funky C stick.
It was a funky controller.
It was fine. Great games on there. Where's my Beluga?
I'll take that over the Wii controller.
Guys, where's my spaceship?
If there's any game on the Wii that said, can also use GameCube controller, GameCube controller!
Yeah, exactly.
I played Muramasa with that, with the GameCube controller. I didn't do No More Heroes with the GameCube controller. I actually liked using it.
What game is this?
That was on GameCube
No
or
More
Wii?
Heroes.
No More Hero, okay.
No, that was on Wii, but
Right.
it didn't throw the motion in your face. You used the motion when you needed to, which was chopping people's heads off, and everything else was just the A and the stick.
Yeah. I think the only way that motion controls are really going to survive is if they're not super heavily promoted as like the main feature of the console, because then it's always going to feel like a downfall, like, oh, we got to make games based around it. But if it's something like what you're saying, where it's just, it's there, it's a feature, but it's not, required or shoehorned, then it's less obtrusive, and then people will actually maybe positively respond to it. That's kind of what I would like.
Get away, Miss Jade. Close call.
These are gonna get tough.
You can hear John.
Yeah. Well, now I have the jump ability, so they're gonna throw stuff at me that requires it.
Don't you hate that?
No, I love it.
You get this awesome gun that can kill lots of things. Here are some things that
You can't
You
kill
can
them.
Now, I think I've already made back, just from shooting crates, the amount of money that they stole from me, so really at this point it's just vengeance.
The amount of money they stole from you? Oh,
Yeah, they stole
this guy-
100 credits, 100 whole credits.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
It's like $100 in real money.
Pillion exchange rates are pretty
Or
poor.
maybe 100 Zimbabwe dollars.
This is so damn fun.
The sense of speed is really good.
Yes.
How's your Rebel Assault?
Got a shaky cam going on. I'm actually kind of not liking it.
boy.
So yeah, maybe blow the dust off of that one, man.
Oh, the old PC ones. Oh boy.
Have you guys done the races already?
The story required what? No.
Oh,
You went through.
Oh, I
Yes.
glitched through.
Yay! No clip. Yay!
Take
Give
that, Call of
mode.
Duty. But,
No, but the races have that. Have the. That was weird.
That was awesome.
Gotta love the reggaeton in the races. Incessant
Oh, it's
reggaeton.
amazing. Just more amazing sounds from the amazing soundtrack. Steve, I will get you 2 races
oh, okay.
and
Whale.
hand it over. We've photographed the blue whale. There's still a red whale that we need to get.
As long as we don't go whaling, I'm fine.
Are there enough whales left to do that?
In this game, or
In real, well, I don't know. Do we want to get realsies?
no?
Okay. I don't think you can shoot the whales. I think wildlife is off limits.
Says the guy who launched a disc at that little green thing and got money, got paid for it.
I didn't know it would do anything.
Yeah, That's what they all say.
All right, so you're going to do race number 4, and I'm going to stir honey into my tea.
Sounds good. And now I learn the controls.
I mean, you can do race 3, but we already have won it.
I'm gonna be.
So I'm doing race 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a little heathen here, but
Oh my God.
this is my least favorite part of the game.
The hovercraft races?
Yes,
Hmm.
because it's forced fun.
We're going to have
Well, only one is required, and you don't even need to finish
Yeah,
the
but
race.
okay, maybe it's. Okay, I'm OCD, so it felt like it was forcing me. The option to win was there, so I had to win all of them. And I remember being really hateful playing it. I remember a lot of hate. Memories of hate are coming back.
Well, it's not as if they're particularly long. Each track is pretty brief. You've got boosts. Steve, if you really need to use one of the expendable boosts, B is the button you're going to press.
Yeah.
Back to
So
the
try and
driver.
save it for
I'm
straightaways.
trying to find a straightaway, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know this track.
Yeah,
Well, this one has some shortcuts. You
remember
just
this
passed one.
music.
Yeah, Screaming Jade.
I'm starting to see the downside to shooting them. It doesn't. It just spins them, but it doesn't slow them down.
For some reason, I always think of Episode 1 Racer playing these
That
parts.
was a fast racing game. That was so fast, I would just crash all the time.
Faster than F-Zero?
Oh, F-Zero, I was all about the F-Zero. Loved F-Zero GX, except the fact that it was just way too hard in the storyline, but the sense of speed was just the best. Another franchise that Nintendo doesn't care about anymore.
How can you use motion controls or touchpad controls for a racer?
That's a very good point. You can. Where's my boost now?
It's on the... I think you might have used them all. We only had 3.
Oh, you know what? I'm not hitting the.
Who's on fire?
Not me right now.
I just made myself laugh. I was thinking of uses for a touchscreen in a racing game, and I was like, oh, they can put the map of the track down there.
Oh,
But
that's
then
useful.
F-Zero, you're going so damn fast. There was...
You know time we're gonna do that.
Did you get first?
I did. I went past him at the very end.
Well done.
Thank you.
That was very dramatic.
Yeah. Miss 7. That's the racer's name. Oh,
Yeah.
But the number of her car.
it's a little misleading. Identity
It's
crisis.
the Borg chick from Voyager.
Oh, that camera angle made it look like a giant pearl.
Get in as close as you can!
You guys are pearl junkies.
Mm-hmm. It's like being heart piece junkies.
Would you like me to get you to the... or direct you to the other races?
Oh yeah, please.
This is gonna
Oh, okay.
be one heck of a race! Blood!
Blood, guts, fun for the whole family was that whole line he was about to read.
Oh. That reminds me of the the second Ratchet and Clank game, and I think everyone from then on the PS2, you had a battle arena that would there was a totally over the top announcer, and he would just yell crazy shit whenever a new wave of enemies came out at you.
I'm going to buy some boosts from Mamago.
I thought you were gonna say buy some booze.
That too. Although, all right, let's be honest. These rhinos, they would not be selling booze. There's an illicit material they would be selling.
Rhinos?
Yeah, the Mamago rhinos. These guys, the Rastas.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, you know what they're selling.
I swear you can go into this. Oh, when you park the spaceship, that's when you can go in that room. Boosts? Yeah.
Boost, ballroom, boost.
Okay.
I thought it said you've been deleted 100 times. I was like, what's that mean?
Boost.
Account identification. Okay.
Must be an exciting job to be the guy that refills those.
Be done so quick.
Just like sit in a side room and be like, finally bought one.
Race out and replace
Now
it.
it's my turn, my time to shine.
John, you want a decal of that pig for the side of your car?
A little bit.
Or is that a tribute now, since he's kidnapped and you have to save him?
Possibly
It's like
dearly
a
departed
reminder kind of
Uncle
thing.
Page.
Yeah. Never forget.
What part of the story?
pink
you
ribbon.
Kidnapped. I forgot about that. Early on.
Yeah, pretty early. The second dungeon, it's the Neutrophils factory. It's like the first place you go and you have to actually do stealth in the game. Still, for being so early in the game, it does hit you right in your emotional center.
Chord.
Yeah.
Right in your emotional heartstrings. So these are.
you go.
We didn't do this one yet. Oh, you know what? I did this on my my file, but I did not do it on this one. And I remember it being easy. So.
Yeah, we did go backwards. We went race 3, race 4. Now we're back at 1 and 2.
It's just how we roll.
So, Chris, you are an artist.
Yep.
Do you like this art style?
They use color and space very well. I don't know if I necessarily like the art style, but they do a very good job of differentiating things from the background, which I always love. See how the background's got like the floor is kind of like a green and the walls are kind of like a green. But everything else isn't. That's helpful.
And now that you pointed out, it's really obvious, but I never would have actually noticed that consciously on my own.
But I do love the character designs. Like I love the goat kid and the other kids. I mean, it has a very whatchamacallit,
Shoot that bitch.
Double Fine look to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Big heads,
Oversized eyes and everything.
oversized eyes. Yeah, it's fun to look at. Right now, sadly, it's overused. It's kind of the go-to for Tim Burton Double Fine lookness to it, but for the time, it was very.
Do you mean Tim Schafer?
Yes, Tim Schafer.
Okay.
Anyone here play Brutal Legend besides me?
No.
That's another topic of conversation that we could.
Yeah, we could go into that.
Steve, there's a shortcut right after this start line.
Yeah, I remember it. Is
Right
brake
there.
left trigger? Oh, whoa! I can U-turn with this?
You're about to lap this dude.
This is easy.
I like to call Brutal Legend Surprise RTS.
Yeah, yep.
That was a really a failure on the marketing. Actually, that can be closely linked to this game.
Was that a 2-lap race or was that just a really short race?
Really short race. But you shave time every lap. So
Very
congratulations.
enthusiastic. Oh, thank you. I do enjoy the racing game every once in a while. I think F-Zero and Burnout I played more than any other racing game series.
What do you mean forced fun, Chris? Because I think they're just fun.
Maybe I was having a bad day. Maybe I didn't know about boost.
Oh.
Maybe I was trying to win them without boosting.
Well, there's the boost pads in there. That's really all you need.
So the boosts that I used are like gone, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to live without them here.
You should be okay. It's only race number 2.
John, do you remember when I was playing Burnout 3 all the time in college? And then
Yes.
I don't know if I told you this, but after playing it for so long, I naturally started driving faster in real life. I was like, I feel like I'm going so slow. I gotta step on the gas here.
To accelerate, run into cars going in the same direction.
Drive in the
as you.
oncoming lane. And if you crash, just wait 3 seconds and you're good to go.
I do remember just being in our room. There was a lot of sounds that just repeated constantly. I remember hearing the Ninja Gaiden pause menu, that kind of
Yes.
sound.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh whoa, hello.
from Burnout,
Oh,
it
not a
was-
good camera angle. Hello. From Burnout, the boost sound.
Well, from Burnout, it was the boost, definitely. That engine whine, and also just the crashing, because there's just so much of it.
There's a lot.
But like, I would be in my bunk reading a book or maybe studying. I didn't do too much studying.
Neither did I.
But
Well,
yeah, it's funny how
let
the
me
sounds
say
stuck
I did
with
the
me.
studying, but not the academic studying.
Oh no
It
way.
was more of the playing games to completion kind of studying game design.
The score to Shadow of Colossus always brings me back to sophomore year.
You had bought that soundtrack when I played the game, and like you let me copy it on iTunes or something like that, and man, it's just like full on, no holds barred bombast is the word you used the other day to describe that.
But not in an annoying Hans
The
Zimmer
soundtrack?
way.
Of Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, that soundtrack is one of my favorite soundtracks.
It's
Yeah, oh,
evocative.
I know everyone says that too, but I don't mind saying it because it's good.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, I'm on left too.
Are they ever gonna? I think announced that they're gonna finish. I forgot the name of it. It's been so long.
The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
I think it's dead in the water for the moment.
The last development tip I heard about it was kind of old news now, but that the lead designer had left. But he keeps on reassuring, oh no, the project's still going. But I mean, it's the guy that was in charge of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, so it's kind of like, well, why is it still going then if you're not the person that's like the passion project behind, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
It's kind of one of those things where I'd rather just not have anything than have a, half-assed kind of product.
You might get a game from him in 10 years that just uses ideas and concepts from it, but we'll probably never see it. I'd love to be proven wrong, but...
Oh, I'm glad I got first on these on my first try.
Miss 7.
Heyo.
I mean, Miss 2.
Now, I swear I read this when the HD release of Beyond Good and Evil was coming out, or announced. I swear that there were some minor tweaks inside of the game in addition to the HD code of paint, and that hovercraft race enemy AI was tweaked, but I can't find that anywhere on the internet anymore, so I might just be a little
It
crazy.
makes sense. I mean, if it's unfair, then why not numbers?
Maybe that's why you were raging at it.
I mean, yeah.
It was harder. Actually, that was one thing I was thinking
It's the
about
GameCube.
while I was playing, but I didn't really have the brain power to say it, was that there's no rubber banding. There's no, you pass a guy and then he immediately like catches up with you. Goes all Mario Kart on you.
So everyone can be in the game, even if you're terrible.
Where's my beluga? I left it over here.
There are certain games that should be multiplayer only, and Mario Kart is one of them. Smash Brothers.
Or at the very
maybe-
least, it shouldn't require single player to unlock the cool stuff for multiplayer, because
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing.
Smash Bros. Brawl was like, I remember spending like 2 or 3 hours playing through all the shit. And we got everything done.
oh geez, what is happening?
They're attacking the boats!
Oh,
All right,
that thing.
that was awful.
John, do you know what you're doing?
Did the mantis just fly through your body?
This is the Dom's creature that has attacked us twice so far. All right, you know what?
Stop moving around.
No, I need to
Do a
go
barrel.
down on the ground,
We can't abandon the balloon. We can't abandon the balloon.
or not.
It'd be too easy of a target.
Oh,
Oh, you gotta shoot it. Cue Shadow of
Trying.
the Colossus music.
John, get in front of him and turn around and shoot him in the eye. Oh,
This is as
spoilers.
fast as I can go.
Spoilers on an 8-year-old game that everyone should have played by now. Oh, I should get that in HD. That's what I forgot to do.
Go eat some lizards. Go climb some rocks, eat some lizards.
And the coconuts.
And
But only the
coconuts.
ones with the white tails.
Yes.
Coconuts? I thought those were fruit.
Cool it, Captain.
Coconuts are fruit.
Also, they're biscuits.
Coconuts are fruit? I guess they are. I think of them as a fruit.
Come on, asshole.
Here's his head now. So sad.
Gimme!
You're a pearl whore, John.
Let's see if next time I play this. No, I heard you.
I
Let's
was,
see if next time I
was
play
waiting
this.
for a rebuttal, but
Next time I play this, will I remember that thing attacks 3 times? Because I've forgotten. Whoa.
probably not then.
But if you forget every time, that shows good storytelling. It
Okay, it's
surprises you
filed.
every time.
Yeah,
Good luck for the
it's a
rest.
delight.
It's like in Jaws when they go on the boat. I always forget that there's a boat part,
Okay,
even though
roll
it's
of
the
film is
movie.
finished.
Even though it's half the movie.
You're so engrossed in
I'll
the
transfer
story
a
and the
pearl to you,
development,
Jade.
and then they're like, we're getting on a boat now. And you're like,
And
oh,
I'll
the boat
recharge your
part.
In Jurassic Park, I always forget where exactly the T-Rex scene
too.
occurs, and it's always just like, when's it coming out? When's it coming out?
Because they go
Oh
by
God,
the,
it's out.
They go by the paddock the first time, and Muldoon's like,
Yeah.
quiet. I'm taking the Tyrannosaurus paddock, and you're like, oh, this is the part. And then they do the rhino thing.
Yeah.
And spoilers, and then everything, and then they're back, and then the T-Rex comes out.
See, short-term memory issues are kind of a blessing in disguise because you're always constantly delighted at the same
Say
thing.
the treasure is guarded by
When we
a
had that
colony
movie
of
on
Trojans.
VHS, I remember you're just a young kid. You just like fast forward to like when the thing happens, and then when you grow up, you're like, oh, there's actually like story. There's a reason they're going to the island. Because then it's like, because you watch the movie when you're a kid, then later on you're like, wait, why was everything happening?
Yeah, I watched it recently for the first time in several years, and I got everything. Even though when I was younger I saw it, I read the book.
And it's so super simple. It's like, oh, this guy genetically modified DNA from a frog because it had old dinosaur stuff, and the main
Okay,
protagonists
I filed
are
the picture.
paleontologists and paleobotanists.
Oh, and Ellie is totally hinting at having a kid with Dr. Grant. When I'm a kid, that didn't make any sense.
Nope.
Didn't register.
And he didn't want to have kids.
No.
He didn't. He smelled.
I was like, who doesn't like kids? Who is this guy? He's a jerk.
And now
Does he
I'm
say
by
they
myself talking to myself, and that's real chaos there.
Does he say they smell? Is that a real
He
thing?
says, they smell.
Oh, yeah.
They smell. They don't smell. Then it's like baby smell.
I never understood why he had all the, like, Malcolm and the... I didn't know why he had them. And when you're an adult, you understand, when people endorse the park and have...
Break up the team.
Who are these people?
But
And that one scene where Jeff Goldblum just totally shoots him down.
he's my favorite character in the movie now.
Oh, he's totally the best
Get over here, Double H.
because he's the smartest character.
He stays out of it.
You could wear a what was his character's name?
Ian Malcolm.
You could wear an Ian Malcolm was right shirt and just see how many people on the street get that.
That's one thing from gaming in the 90s and early 2000s that I don't miss is flying insect creatures that you have to...
Uh-oh. I should have given him
Borderlands
hearts.
has some of those, but not fun, if I remember correctly.
What does?
Borderlands? I always think of Borderlands as
racks.
having every single kind of enemy that exists.
The racks, yeah.
Yeah, the racks. They're not too bad, though. Is it... This looks like a dungeon you did, like, at the beginning.
Yeah, it's another, island, Krochak's, Pearl
Oh, I see.
kind of thing. But
you-
this one has a good deal more
Yeah.
pearls in it. I go, what do you say, guys, left or right?
Always left. I don't
Always
know.
left?
I always say right.
No, I don't. Makes no difference.
I always get very frantic.
I think all roads lead to Rome here. That's always nice.
Yeah, Rome's cool.
Charging up his laser.
Fully armed and operational Krochaks. I got at least 2 more coming to me here. Oh, it's a good thing we went left.
He does. Punch that bag.
I was
think-
just about to complain about how he has nothing to say. That's
all he
actually, that's
said.
actually what makes him so endearing.
Yeah, he's loyalty embodied.
It's like Launchpad McQuack.
That's perfect. That is an absolutely perfect comparison.
What?
Launchpad McQuack from DuckTales.
Oh yeah.
Well, big and kind of stupid,
Broadchester.
Wanna go fly, Mr. McD? Let's go.
Mr. McD. Yeah, the DuckTales remake on XBLA that came out, I enjoyed. They had all the
Yeah, was that good?
Yeah, it's a little heavy on the cutscenes, but they had all the original. They even had the guy that does Scrooge. He's like in his 90s or something. And they had all of the original guys there, and yeah, Huey, Dewey, Louie, all those guys.
That's pretty impressive.
It's pretty much the same game, just with kind of modern graphics, which is kind of good, kind of bad, because the game was kind of made for NES graphics, but
I thought when it first came out, they're going to go just stay pixel and just go kind of more of a fluid, kind of like they do with Final Fight or
Oh, right.
you know, where they just increase the frame rate of pixels. But the problem is that it's expensive.
Oh, is it?
It's much cheaper to do like
So-
one object and the background CG, which
Yeah.
is what I think they did with this, right?
Yeah, the main problem I had with this DuckTales game visually was that the objects, like the enemies and the characters, all look beautiful and smooth and cartoonish and 2D, but the environments are blocky and uninteresting, and it's just these two contrasting
Yeah.
things that are just always there. But
That's why I avoided that.
Well, isn't the new...
if it's on sale, I'd suggest picking it up just to play through it. It's not a long game. It's only 6 levels like the original game.
Well, it was 10 minutes if you knew what you were doing in the original one.
Every game is 10 minutes.
I was reading somewhere that the Rayman Origins, Rayman Legends, the 2D tech behind those are supposed to be kind of a framework. They're going to be the Unreal 3 engine of 2D games.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down with that.
So,
As long as you have enough artistic talent to make colorful, good-looking stuff.
yeah. Apparently they had incredibly small teams working on those games because the tools just made it so easy.
That's
So,
good.
developers take note.
John, you have 38 pearls.
Good. That's 8 more than I need. Let's go to the moon.
Let's go.
Can we soundbite that? Let's go to the moon.
Should I do the last Looter Caverns just for variety's sake, or stretch this thing out?
Yeah, if it's as long as this one, then yeah.
And then the Looter Caverns are the ones where you chase the guy who steals your money.
Have we done one of those yet?
We've done 3 of them.
All right. I guess that answers that question.
No, it doesn't. Do you want me to do it or not?
Oh.
Do you want me to do more before heading to the moon?
Sorry, I guess I had a different question in my head. Let's save at the next moment.
Okay. You were commenting
He's
on
like,
his
"I'm here
pinstripe.
too."
You commenting on his pinstripe pants a few episodes ago, and I think it looks very Monty Python.
Who's
Double H's. It's just like that kind of dorky medieval
Oh yeah.
look.
Maneuver not allowed. Collision risk high.
It's also a great contrast to the huge upper body where he's got like twig
Maneuver
legs.
not allowed. Collision risk high.
To the moon. I don't think that's how you
No.
do it.
Once you get the gold chocobo, John, you can go anywhere in the world.
Ugh. Too much work.
That was way too much work. And yet I still did it.
Should have waited, and then you could have done it for a trophy. All right.
I'm definitely glad I played that game when I was young. Not wait till I'm an adult.
Which game?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yep, I waited. First level, and I'm like, whoa, Cloud's arms are...
Yeah, there were 2 polygons on each character.
Yep.
Maneuver not allowed.
The level of
Collision
detail
maneuver
between
not allowed.
that model
Collision
and
risk high.
the cinematics is just ridiculous.
Territorial waters.
Don't they have a bunch of assets from that Advent Children movie lying around? Couldn't they just
I think for
snip snap?
I
And
think for the
put it in
PC
there?
version that they released on Steam, you can play with those, but those seem so weird to me because that's not the look of the game I grew up with. Uh-oh. $100 fine. Oh, I'm sorry. When you said guy takes your money and runs away from you, I thought you meant like on foot.
Oh no.
I was thinking of Rayman Origins.
That's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. This would make good music for running along rooftops in Assassin's Creed chasing somebody.
Yes, it would. I like that, Steve.
That was what sold me on the first game. Was there was this like clip from E3 back in 07, and it was Altair chasing this guy through the street, and you're like pushing guys away, and stuff was getting knocked over, and I'm like, that is fantastic.
I want that.
Yeah. And a lot of the stuff they're promoting for Watch Dogs seems to have that kind of vibe where everything seems dynamic, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm quiet here because
You're focusing. It's okay.
yeah, this
Yeah.
demands attention. Chris, it is unbelievably difficult to have a conversation and play a game at the same time. Have you ever tried it?
Yes, I have.
No, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're like, hey, we're going to this thing later today, and we need to do this and such and such. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And then we get there. I'm like, where's my money? We told you.
Did you remember to pick up Mike? What?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Who's Mike?
Yeah. Like from the game, or there's no Mike in this game.
So with games, especially where there's a lot of fast movement. I think I was playing Vanquish.
Oh, that's a great game.
It is but I was playing that game, and I was talking to my friend, and he was. And then we're done playing. And
You are now leaving
he's asking me again what's going on. I don't know
Final
what
warning.
he said.
Dude, did you see me jetpack on my knees in
Yeah.
slow motion while I shot this thing?
And I pushed the rocket back in that thing's mouth, and then I jumped back out and I shot on him.
Is this someone?
John,
is
you
this-
probably like that game because it's short and it's just super like nonstop, crazy action over the top.
It does sound like something I'd like.
I like how you say it's short. I like short, good games as
Yes.
well.
Yeah,
'Cause I get to play them
Maneuver
all.
not allowed.
yeah, because we're
Collision
adults and
risk
we don't
high.
have time to play 50-hour games anymore. Are you near a save point?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm
Oh,
disoriented.
The most hardest part of the game, you
Yeah.
said in the previous video.
Threading that needle.
Vanquish was also open.
Yeah, it was another commercial.
Was that
failure.
Shinji Mikami?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. I keep on getting that mixed up with the guys that made Bayonetta.
It is the same guys.
Is this? It's Platinum.
Platinum.
But Hideki Kamiya is the guy that did
Oh, right.
Bayonetta, and
They're
he
all
also
friends.
he also did a little game called Okami. Let's all right, let's cut this clip.
All right.
See y'all next.